Let's bring in former economic advisor to President Trump and FreedomWorks economist Steve Moore. Steve, always great to see you. The White House, they're back at it again, and they had to walk back the comments made by the president saying his remarks on closing coal plants across the U.S. were, quote, twisted. That's putting it mildly. But he made those remarks, and he made this other remark that I just want to play the soundbite of when he talked about oil, and we'll get you to react on the other side.
There is no more drilling. I haven't formed any new drilling. That was before I was president. We're trying to work on that, get that done. No one's building new coal plants because they can't rely on it, even if they have all the coal guaranteed for the rest of the existence of the plant. We're going to be shutting these plants down all across America and having wind and solar.
Okay, I just wanted to get that out of the way, Steve, and have you react, because audience does matter, right? He's talking about coal in California, and he's talking about oil here in New York. He's blamed the crisis that we're seeing with gas prices on big oil companies and their profiteering and the fact that they don't reinvest the profits, and he wants to punish them. Yet he admits he doesn't want any new drilling.
So this is all part of the Biden administration's war against American energy. And by the way, that war is working. We're producing less. The price of oil and gas are going up. By the way, the national price of $3.79 a gallon is actually compared to about $2.49 a gallon when Trump left office. So that's a big increase. That's almost a 50% increase in the price, Jackie, in just 22 months. I think this is a loser issue for the Democrats. Think about this, Jackie. Think about the states that are major producers of coal in this country. I'm thinking about Pennsylvania. I'm thinking about Ohio. But by the way, I bet you didn't know, Jackie, that my home state of Illinois is actually a coal-producing state. Pennsylvania and Ohio are key battleground states in this election. And I hope the people in Pennsylvania and Ohio were listening to Joe Biden when he says he wants to kill every coal mining job in this country. I think it's a loser. I think the American people want to get back to the Trump policy of making America energy independent. And as you know, Jackie, we achieved that in the final months of the Trump presidency.
I do know that. Peak oil production in this country, 13.1 million barrels a day. As you know, Steve, we're at 11.9 now. So the delta is about 1 million barrels a day, and that's what they're grabbing out of the SBR to try to make things work. Yes, we are off $5 a gallon gas on average in this country, but gas prices are still high at $3.80. And when you've got diesel prices well over $5 a gallon, to me, what that says, Steve, is that inflation is going to be a problem for a long time to come, no matter how high interest rates go, because that's the input cost to move everything around. And until you get that straight, you're not going to get prices down for consumers.
Well, Jackie, you get an A in economics today because you're exactly right. And the fact is that energy prices, when they rise, you're right, everything else rises in price. And if I may, I just wanted to defend coal because, you know, this great country of ours, we were built on coal. That's what made the Industrial Revolution possible. It is an incredibly efficient form of energy. The emissions from coal plants, we have clean coal in this country today. The coal is much cheaper than, cleaner than it was 40 or 50 years ago. And, you know, if we shut down our coal, where is the world's coal going to come from? I'll tell you where it's going to come from. China. Because right now, as we speak, Jackie, China's building 25 of the largest coal plants in the history of the world. So all we're doing is replacing jobs in America with jobs in China. That doesn't make any sense from an environmental or an economic standpoint.
You bring up a great point, because at one point in my life, I lived in China, and I'd ride around on my bicycle to get from point A to point B. When I'd come home at the end of the day, my face was black with coal residue. I would wash it, and literally it would wash off into the sink. And that's still happening in China. It's also happening in India. Here in the United States, I've gone down south, and I visited some of these clean coal plants where they've tried to modernize and revolutionize. And we see now during this energy crunch how important it is to have alternative sources. You can't just rely on any one thing. Final word.
Well put again. And, you know, our coal still produces about 30 to 35% of our electric power in this country. That's 6 times more than the power that we get from wind and solar power. So where is all the electric power going to come from? I don't want to end on a downer, but I predict if the Biden administration goes through killing coal, you're going to see a big increase in not just gas prices at the pump, but your price to heat your home and your utility bills for your electricity.
Wow, that's a problem because the forecast for natural gas is that it will be up 32% this winter, and people are going to certainly feel that half the homes in this country, roughly, are rely on natural gas for heating. So that is not good news. Way to not end on a downer, Steve. Good to see you.